We're going to talk franchise tags in general, not just for the Cowboys, although this is a Cowboys channel, but we're talking about franchise tags in general.
Well, the franchise tag is given to a player who would otherwise become a free agent. He's required to stay with his current team for 1 year at a salary that is no less than the average of the top 5 salaries at his position. So why do players hate it? Well, they don't often get paid what they're worth. Take Super Bowl MVP Von Miller, who stands to negotiate a deal that could make him the highest paid defensive player in football, topping Ndamukong Suh's 2015 salary of $19 million. If he's tagged, he'll stand to make around $14 million, and it's only a 1-year contract. So what happens if he's injured or underperforms this season? The tag has none of the security of a long-term deal.
Who benefit from signing a franchise tag, who get the raw end of the stick, and these sort of things. It's like a conundrum, basically, when you look at it collectively speaking. But the franchise tag is designed to put in place to help, dare I say, the team to really come up with a resolution. Also, the franchise tag for the player, they get a bunch of money up front. Guaranteed money. Every penny goes into their bank account. And shout out to Uncle Sam, because you know he get a piece of it too. But when you look at the franchise tag, it do say this about the player, that the organization don't value you all the way. They have their reservations on your said skill set. I look at the franchise tag, and this is just my independent look at it, just like, dare I say, a quote-unquote payday loan. You can look at it in those factors, cash day advance, those type of things. And when you look around the league, most successful teams don't use a franchise tag in those ways and those factors. No. They figure out, if I'm going to trade you, I'm going to trade you 2 years before that time frame, or I'm just going to get rid of you and get something in return. Regardless of the situation, that's what good teams do. Just like you don't see payday loan centers in private or prominent areas, you see. Neither here nor there. Let's break down the franchise tags, dare I say. All right, so you got the franchise tag, exclusive tag, then you got the non-exclusive tag. And then you have this thing that they say transitional tag, where when you look at the non-exclusive franchise tag, meaning that, let's use this as an example. Dak Prescott, $27 million would be the non-exclusive. Exclusive contract would be $33 million, you see. And the transitional tag, the transition to use that on Dak Prescott would mean that, hey, I'm going to transition from Dak Prescott. In return, if you so happen to pick him up while he's under the transition tag, you must match that money and also give us 4th round draft pick, you see. You see, that's just how it goes. Now, with the non-exclusive contract, you got to look at it like this. It's $27 million straight up. Or if you want to match that, this is what Dak Prescott is going to get. If you want to match it, he's on the open market. You can either pay him $28 million, and we can get a look at it, and we can say, okay, we're going to match that. Or you can go out there and say, okay, we're going to give you 35, and we'll match it from here, or what have you. Now, the exclusive contract under the franchise tag will be this. Dak Prescott, according to your value, according to, I guess, your stats and your level of production in the round that you was drafted in and these sort of things, the Cowboys put an exclusive franchise tag on you, which would be $33 million. Also, with the fact that it requires 2 first-round draft picks. So a team must play 2 first-round draft picks, or a first and a third, or however they come up with the agreements on that particular end of it. And on top of that, they must take on that portion of the contract. Now, in the long run, franchise tags and these sort of things, like I said, is good for the player for only 1 year. Good for the organization only if the player don't show up and show out. And on top of that, a lot of players look at it like this, and they do. A lot of players look at, they on this team, they want to stay long term. They looking at family, they're looking at, they don't want to move. They may like a certain school district, dare I say, if they're kids. You know, the long term aspect of it. Most players want to play for a team for long term, unless that team is just trash and they don't have that same feeling for that team. But I will say this though, when you think about it, if and I'm gonna say this, if the NFL can say to themselves, man, The franchise tags are needed and they are beneficial for individual teams. And the players must always look at it as we giving you a bunch of money, a chunk of this money. Think about this. And let me say this, I'm going to be real with it. These owners are making $1 billion with a B. Billion. The franchise tag is only a certain percentage of that, but also when you look deeper into the situation, the salary cap being 133 or 140 or 150 million, whatever it may be, 199 million, whatever the franchise tag out of that portion is, never equates to what these owners are making. And the owners can say, hey, Law, what are you talking about? We take on all of the risk. We got to pay the players. We got to pay for the stadiums. Look, last I checked, they got merchandise sold all around the world. They got streaming revenue. They got also, you see, everybody channel got an independent YouTube channel that's making money. Everybody got also a stadium contract which making money, and those TV ad revenues, whoo-wee, they making money. Don't get fooled by the numbers, fans that's out there. And there's always a great divide between the fan money and what we're paying to go to the games and what we're paying for those jerseys and what we pay for merchandise and beyond, opposed to what the players are making, opposed to what the owners are making. Think about this. These owners in the stadiums that they're probably saying that they're upkeeping, no, taxpayer dollars pay for those stadiums. They figured out a way to maneuver this situation to get stadiums built and say, you know what, we let the taxpayers pay for them or help pay. That's just how it goes. And then on top of that, for those that stay in those areas, when we start talking about the money aspect of it, don't take this video down, owners, but we telling the truth. That a lot of people don't like to pay those high taxes, for those stadiums to be built. But to circumvent everything, they got this salary cap put into place. And if I'm with the new collective bargaining agreement, the CBA, I'm looking at the owners and saying to myself, no, we're not signing that. You trying to add an extra game to just bring in a bigger pie to cut us the same slice of the pie that we got from the smaller pie. Let that sink into your mental for those who understand the numbers. When you start to think about this, the NFL is making hands over fists in the salary cap. Let's say even if the salary cap is set at $400 million, that's not even a large portion of that pie that's being circulated. These owners are making billions of dollars, and the percentages of what the players are making never equates to that. Not saying that the players should get $1 billion a piece, respectfully. No. But what I'm saying is that the NFL can cut a bigger piece of that pie. But going back to the franchise tags, the transitional tags and the non-exclusive franchise tags and these sort of things, I can say this. What makes the players feel like they worth something is when the owner looks the player in the eye and say, okay, I'm going to sign you for a long-term contract, and here are the money, you see, for the long term. But when that owner squeezes that particular player and say, hey, perform under that franchise tag, it sully and denigrates that player because they don't feel like they're valued enough. Now, it is a whole chunk of cash when you're looking at the small picture. It's a chunk of cash, but that owner still got the player by the feet, because even if that player go through that entire year playing great off of that contract, that owner can still look at that player and say, you know what, prove it again. Let's do it again. Let me see if you can do it again. What that player is thinking about with his family, that house that he just closed on, you see, that area that he just learned about his new neighbor and these sort of things. Of course, we can look at it and say to ourselves, yes, that's good, Law. These guys are making hands over fists. But let's look at the bigger picture. There's more to it than just 16 weeks of football. These are family people as well. But that owner can also look at that same player that put all of that blood, sweat, and tears and went through training camp, who didn't even hold out but signed that contract and went out there on the field in week 4, week 5, or week 6, they snap up a knee. They get their shoulder torn in half. The owner can say, well, you got your money. Now we want you to hit the market. That decreases the value of that particular player's earning potential for his real true contract, because there's no guaranteed money after the guarantee that you got. For those who play dominoes, post down below in the comment box. There's sometimes when you playing those bones and you can get that 25, But all money ain't good money. For those who know how to play those bones, let me know. All money ain't good money. So you double back. You say, I'm not going to shut myself off. I got all of the 5s, but I ain't finna shut myself off. Give me 10 or give me 15. But sometimes getting that 25, boy, you done dug yourself into a grave. And that's what I'm saying. That is what the franchise tag is all about. A lot of people won't understand it because they don't know how to play dominoes or bones. And they don't understand not all money is good money. They looking at it like, give me the 25. Give me the money. Give me the money. Yeah, you might have won that house or what have you, but you're not going to win the entire game, you see. So that's how I'm looking at it. That's what the salary cap is all about. That is how it's been broken down to you guys from my opinion, from my thoughts of the thing. If you can break down the analogy or the salary cap and the franchise tag and the non-exclusive franchise tag and the transitional tag in a better sense, in a better way, post me your link or post me your thoughts down below in the comment box. I'm all open. Remember, I'm not right. I'm not right all of the times. I'm not even right most of the time. But this is just what's on my mind. So post me your thoughts down below. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Hit that subscribe button. Like this channel. Let me know. Let me know, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I'm out. Peace.